Good morning, Marcy Jo Kutzel, Trinity County Health and Human Services, Public Health Director. Testing numbers to date are as follows: 72 total, 71 negative, and 1 pending. We continue to have no negative cases in our county. Our public health branch, DOC, continues to work with local, regional, and state partners to focus on surge planning, PPE needs, and expanded testing capability. We want to once again emphasize the importance of the non-pharmaceutical interventions currently in place in Trinity County. These orders continue to be vital as we move forward in ensuring needed resources are available to respond and protect the health of our residents. We are working closely with the California Department of Public Health to implement broader testing in a strategic and prioritized way when those resources come available. As you know, the governor has stood up a testing task force at the state, which will move us toward greater testing capabilities in the future. We continue to work with our regional and state partners to ensure our EMS, fire, first responders, Trinity Hospital, and all clinic networks in Trinity County are prepared and able to respond to the patient surge. We are ensuring there are sufficient numbers of PPE to protect essential workers, our first responders, law enforcement, and our healthcare workers throughout this event. Our public health DOC is leaning into advanced planning around high throughput testing capability and the distribution of medical countermeasures when these resources become available. With so much information coming out on an almost hourly basis, we want to ensure our residents have the information and the resources that they need to make informed decisions. Public health professionals rely on science, and we want to caution our residents not to be tempted to buy or use questionable products that claim to help diagnose, treat, cure, and even prevent COVID-19. Unfortunately, there are people and companies trying to profit from this pandemic by illegally marketing and selling unproven products. These fraudulent products that claim to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent COVID-19 haven't been evaluated by the FDA for safety and effectiveness and could prove to be dangerous. The FDA is working with vaccine and drug manufacturers to develop new vaccines for and find drugs to treat COVID-19 as quickly as possible while ensuring the safety of these through the emergency use authorization. The FDA's Division of Drug Information Pharmacists are available to answer almost any drug question. You can either email them at druginfo@fda.hhs.gov or by phone at 1-855-543-3784. This information will there'll be a link to the FDA webpage on our website as well at trinitycounty.org. We also recommend that our residents continue to consult the FDA website for the most current information regarding EUAs. We would like to remind our residents that our public health branch and CDC continue to recommend the use of cloth face coverings to prevent the spread of coronavirus from potentially infected asymptomatic persons to others. Cloth face coverings should not be used in children under the age of 2. On behalf of the Health and Human Services Public Health Branch, we want to once again thank you very much for the significant sacrifices we know that you are making to protect your children, yourselves, and our communities. Thank you so much. And I'm going to introduce now Ed Presley, our Office of Emergency Services Manager.
Thank you, Marcy. Morning, everyone. Just have a couple of quick updates. Our EOC is still activated at level 2. There are currently 28,157 confirmed positive COVID cases in California, and there have been 985 deaths. The tests conducted statewide are over 246,000 now. Humboldt County has 52 confirmed cases, Shasta County has 26 confirmed cases, Siskiyou County has 5, Tehama County has 1, and Mendocino County has 4. Currently, we have 0 confirmed positive in the county. The EOC operational period objectives for the next week are pretty much the same as they were last week and will probably be the same going forward. Our situation update, there was some request to have some sandwich boards put out into the community. So we've placed them in Weaverville, Hayfork, and today one's going to go out to Trinity Center. A lot of times we get calls from people and they give us very good suggestions, so keep those calls coming in. We will continue to update the HHS and OAS websites and the Trinity County website when the need arises or whenever we get new information that we feel is relevant. We have been changing the videos on the main page as well. And the testing numbers are available there on the website. Today we're going to be sending out a code red message at noon, just reminding everybody to be safe and practice social distancing over the weekend. And that's about all I have. I'll introduce our Environmental Health Director, Christy Anderson, now.
Thank you, Ed, and good morning. I wanted to briefly go over another piece of the COVID-19 prevention and spread puzzle, and that is essential employees. We know that many essential employees throughout the U.S. have been infected with COVID-19, and because of this, we've been handing out additional guidance for essential employees throughout the county this week. So today, I wanted to reiterate some of this important guidance. 1, I'm asking employees to stay home if sick, and for employers to be aware of their employees' health and instruct sick employees to stay home or get sent home immediately if sick. Number 2, it's important to increase your hand washing throughout the day. This protects you, this protects others. While food facilities may be used to this practice, it's very important to increase this frequency in all sectors. Number 3, if your employees are going to wear personal protective equipment or PPE, it's important to be properly trained for removal of to prevent self-contamination. Number 4, it's important to use cleaners and disinfectants properly. They must be handled in a safe manner and according to the manufacturer's labeling and safety data sheets. This includes proper gear, personal protective equipment, clothing, concentration, contact time needed to make the product effective. Number 5, and this is a very important point, is that I hope every member of the public takes this seriously, is the use of gloves. If gloves are going to be used, they need to be used properly, changed frequently, and removed safely to prevent self-contamination. It is a responsibility of all of us right now to continue to be vigilant and responsible and to consider others in the community. Thank you. Next, I now want to introduce Trinity County Sheriff Tim Saxon.
Thank you, Christy. Good morning. Brief update, law enforcement operations in Trinity County are continuing as normal. Your deputies and all first responders are continuing to answer every emergency 911 call. Threats, medical, fires, domestic violence, robberies, trespassing. They're answering all these calls without hesitation. So please, when calling for help, we ask that you please let us know if anyone in your house is ill with any symptoms of COVID-19 so that we can take the necessary precautions. I urge you to please voluntarily comply with regard to the governor's orders and the public health officer's orders with regard to the stay-at-home, shelter-in-place. These orders are enforceable and only as a last resort. I'd really rather to see voluntary compliance with all of these. So I'm asking everyone to please use common sense. Let's get this together, let's work together, stay home, only go out for essential reasons. And I'd like to point out that during these health emergencies, it really brings out the best in people and the worst in people. As mentioned earlier, I just want to warn people that be aware of fraudulent scams that are going on, been reported throughout the country. These scams include phone calls, text messages, or emails that are soliciting money or personal information, such as your name, addresses, date of birth, social security numbers, your bank account information, or credit card information. Some of these messages may claim to be from county or state health officials. They may claim that you've been infected with the coronavirus. Some of these scams will solicit your credit card information or request information to ship medication or test kits. And as mentioned earlier, there are no mail order test kits available to the public. So if you get any messages or information that requests anything from you and you're unsure about it, please do not give out your personal information. Call the sheriff's office if you're unsure, and we can direct you to the proper resources. So thank you very much. Marcy.
So we would like to take questions from the press. If we have any questions that were emailed, we'll give it a few minutes just to make sure there are no questions before we wrap up. Okay, seeing none, we will conduct our next news conference on Friday of next week. Otherwise, please look out for our press releases, notifications that we're sending out, and information on our trinitycounty.org website. Thank you very much. Minutes.